Yo guys, what's good? It's Piccolo Black here. I'm here today to talk about Jaycen Joshua's newest plugin, Orion. It's a drum bus processor which focuses on punch, saturation, drive, all of the above. For Ableton users, it's compared to, I guess, the drum bus VST. I can also see some similarities to Decap's plugins at Knock. Orion has a lot more settings and there's a lot more to engage with. I want to do a brief comparison between them all and just let you decide which ones you think fit your sound the most. I'm going to focus this plugin on two different types of sound, and then I'm going to show you how I've been using it in my day-to-day production. By the way, if you like this content, found it interesting, entertaining, hit that subscribe button, join the crew. Like the video? I don't know. It's up to you. Okay, so here it is in all its glory. This looks very similar to Jaycen Joshua's first plugin, which was the God Particle. Depending on how well this saturation is, I'd probably use this on my bass as well. Should I test it on bass? Let me know. So we did a video on God Particle before, so I thought, why not do a video on Orion? I know there's some already good videos out there, but hey, consistency. First of all, we have the drive section, we have the harmonic section, we have the compression section, lift, which I'm not quite sure what that is, but we'll test it together. And then we've got harmonic EQ, parallels, and the output. Kind of just like God Particle, so I'll probably just do a gain match on the input and output. So we can see here that it has harmonics, compression, lift, harmonic EQ, parallels, and color. It's a lot of similar things on here to the Ableton drum bus, which is cool because not everyone has Ableton Live. When I finally learn how to use FL Studio, I will probably be using something like this. So let's just get started. So I've got I'm going to mute some other stuff here, and I'm just going to focus on my drums that I've got set up here in EXO. So first I'll demo the track without any processing on it. It's just literally, actually let me just check if there's any on it. Nope, it's just EXO, nothing's on the rack, and we're in the drum bus for it now, and we're just gonna go ahead and play the loop and see what it sounds like. Wow. Okay. I mean, I could keep playing that for a while and really get into it. That sounds impressive. So right now we're going to go through all the presets. For my preset crew out there, you know, people like me that like to use presets and then tweak them, and that's how we learn. We're going to go through all the presets here and just see how it sounds. All right, let's do it. Next one. Okay, this is my favorite so far. Oh, the input's just high. Hold on. Next one. See, sometimes louder is better. Oh, I like that. I like that. And then we're back to start me up. They all sound pretty cool. I think I already know what my favorites are. And if we're gonna put up the loudness on, so for example, Fruity sounds hard. I think what we want to do now is I'm going to tweak each plugin how I would use them with my drums, and we're going to change up the beat. So this is a beat. So I used a loop from Overcast drum loops. It's called Straight Away. I did a bass myself. I just drew in some notes here. Then I used a sample from Overcast loop pack and just did some chopping myself. Nothing crazy. It's not like insanely different. We're going to go back to the default settings on Start Me Up and just kind of figure out how I'd like it to sound. Oh my god, it sounds so good. So we'll start with gain matching. This is how I would use Orion in my day-to-day productions. So I would choose a starting place. So I'm gonna go for Fruity. Okay, I like the punch on that. Even though it's loud, let's just turn it back down and see what it sounds like. So now I'm kind of gain matching it. Sounds about right to me. I always use 50 hertz, even when I'm using just the drum bus, it's just punchier. And then I would turn everything off and just kind of go through each one. I start with the drive. I like C the most. Can really feel it. I like that it's got a high pass button. The high pass button is really cool because what I would normally do is I would go in and kind of like roll off the highs with a high pass filter. And maybe like I wouldn't use the high pass if I was just doing a kick, for example. But in this case, yeah, man, if you got a whole drum loop, just throw on the high pass and it will sound really cool. So next I want to max out the I'm going to start with nothing on the frequency and then we're going to max it out. I can kind of see why you would have it drop down to about 80. It's kind of a, yeah, it's kind of a nice spot there. Compression, we'll turn it on just for now. We'll just do a bit of parallel compression. I don't normally do this on my drums unless I'm trying to create like an aesthetic, some fills or something. It feels like the release is tighter on B. It feels like it's breathing like around about here. All right, let's check out the lift. So we're gonna just start with nothing and then go straight to 100%. That's interesting. I feel like it's like a very, it kind of reminds me of, you know, adding a soft, medium or hard to the drive of the bus. I don't know. That's pretty cool. It sounds pretty cool though. Let's go to a harmonic EQ. Okay, I get this. All right, so okay, it bands. Does it make a difference when nothing's on? Because I haven't seen in any of the presets, I haven't seen this tweak. So I think this is specifically if you have a goal with your loop that you want to make it sound a bit more original, have a little bit of a feel to it. I might add like a couple dB here, a couple dB here. Yo, this would be really cool for vocals. Like imagine you've got some harmonies in the background and you just want to quickly push up the harmonics on the high end of the background vocals. I have to try that. I'm gonna try that in any track that I have vocals on next. Let me know in the comments if you want to see how this works with like background vocals or whatever, and we can 100% do that. But right now for drums, I don't think that that's the move, bro. Okay, so let's see. We got sub. We had grit on, so let's just start with the grit. Let's blast that. Oh, I hear that. I hear you. You want to hear the difference? Like bypass? Not on. Woo! Turn that down. All right, let's go in sub. This part, this section, I really feel it's very reminiscent of knock. Okay, so now that I've got kind of idea, I'm gonna want to hear it with the rest of the beat. So let's bring up the rest of the beat. And now with Orion. That makes a big difference. I know anyone that's watching this that's a rapper is writing a verse right now. All right, let's go. Yeah. I might be going overkill with the, but I'm still not peaking. That's good. All right, so what do you think? Did you hear a substantial difference? That's how I would mess with Orion, and to be honest, I am impressed by what I'm hearing. That is incredible. I don't know, man. Let's try out the one I always use, Ableton drum bus, and see how that sounds. This feels right to me because this is like, I always use this. Back on drum bus. I don't know. I feel like, oh no. I feel like Orion is subtly bringing in harmonics. It just feels more natural. Probably because I gain matched it too, but wow. I think that sounds a bit more. And then here's Orion. Nah, it's not even close, bro. And now I'm finding myself trying to recreate what I did in Orion on the drum bus instead of just going the way of the drum bus, which is bad. All right, and plugins at Knock is not, I don't think it's a direct competitor. I think Knock is quite versatile in the way that it works. So for example, I think it's better used on a kick specifically than a loop. So sometimes when I'm using Knock, I'm turning off everything. I'm just using the soft clipper, right? I'm just using the soft clipper, or I'm just adding punch, or I don't use it for air. I use the Lindell for air, but I'll use it for saturation a lot. Like I've used it for saturation on vocals. I've used it for saturation on the bass. I am guilty of using Knock as my go-to saturator. But I know that in the back of people's minds, they're going to be thinking, how does it compare to Knock? So let's hear it. This sounds cold though, bro. Don't get twisted. This sounds cold. Like Knock is cold, bro, but there's just that thump that I'm getting with Orion. Okay, so I'm gonna try 808 Beefy because that's like one of my favorite presets. Okay, I do like it's got a game match button. So it's like, okay, you don't need to see the numbers because you can just click game match. Love it. Orion. So yeah, I think Orion sounds really tough. I really like this parallel section here. It's like my favorite thing about this. Yeah, this is sounding really good. Have you tried it yet? What are your thoughts on it? How did you think it sounds on this beat? Even if you do have Ableton, I think it's a good alternative to the drum bus that we have as a default. I think the drum bus works fine. I've used it for years, but I might be moving to Orion. I haven't decided yet. I'm on a trial. You should try the trial. It's free to try. You've already tried God Particle, so you've probably got the Cradle app installed. Go into the app, click trial, and you're good to go. So yeah, that's pretty much the demo I've got for you today on Orion. I think that it's a really interesting plugin. I recommend trialing it. What process do you have on your drum bus? Leave it in the comments because I'd like to know. I'd like to try it myself. However, I think that Orion, I'm going to be playing with it for another week or so and just seeing how it fits into my day-to-day production. It's making a good case, especially for dusty boom bap, hip hop. I don't know what it's going to sound like on the more trap sound or R&B sound. I can imagine this sounds great. R&B vibes, like R&B ambient vibes. So that's going to be cool. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, do the thing. Thank you for all the support that you've been showing me so far. I'm very grateful for it. I'm very aware of it, and I'm going to keep working hard to make sure that you did not subscribe for no reason. More videos to come soon. I've been Piccolo Black.